listen, she's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work. And when you do stuff like that.
Picture this. It's New Year's Eve. Angel Reese posts a photo that's more look at me than game on. The internet explodes, and not in a good way. Stephen A. Smith goes off. And just like that, Reese's social media goes dark. But here's the million-dollar question. Was it worth it?
The part that I like about the backlash. Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
From WNBA rebounding leader to Instagram exile, Reese's journey is a cautionary tale for athletes everywhere. But don't worry, we're not just here to break it down. Smith didn't hold back, calling out Reese's attention-seeking behavior and comparing her to the ever-professional Caitlin Clark. You won't believe what he said about Reese's desperate cry for attention and how it's affecting her future in the WNBA. Are you ready? Let's go.
Especially when the comparison is going to be drawn to Caitlin Clark, who isn't doing such things. That might not be fair. I'm not saying it is. And you certainly have the right to dress how you want and to do what you want and to live your life. But people have a right to have their opinions about what you put on display. And if they don't like it and they believe that it's not the right thing for you to be doing when you talk about building your brand, I don't know how you can argue that, Tori.
The clock's ticking toward midnight, and there's Angel Reese in a jaw-dropping dress, ready to ring in 2025. But her fans, they weren't exactly thrilled with the show. Reese posted a video on Instagram, probably thinking she'd break the internet. Instead, it backfired big time. The backlash came fast and hard, with comments that would make anyone cringe. Even her diehard fans were like, "What were you thinking? That's when you know you've messed up. My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better not see an outfit like that on social media." And I'm not judging Angel Reese. She should live her life. But I'm talking about my daughters. I promise you, I better not see that. They could be in college in LA, Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy would drop the mic, hop in the car, or jump on a plane. That's not going to happen.
My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. Now, I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters.
Right.
I promise you. I better not see that. Hey, they could be in college in L.A., in Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy would drop the mic, hop in the car, on the plane, or wherever. That ain't gonna happen. You said, I'm not having it. That's me.
So, what got everyone so worked up? A picture of Reese in a barely there dress that hardly covered anything, posing and strutting in ways that had people doing double takes. This wasn't your average New Year's outfit. It was meant to turn heads, and boy, did it ever. As things heated up, Reese's social media went quiet. Then, out of nowhere, her Instagram vanished. Just like that, it was gone. She deleted her Instagram, and that's the most important part of all of this because clearly, she's uncomfortable with some of the backlash. Let's be honest. This isn't just about a dress. It's about a young athlete who might have just hurt her own image. Reese is 22, and in the sports world, that's old enough to know better. Now everyone's wondering what's next for Reese. Before we can even catch our breath, Stephen A. Smith steps in with his take. And trust me, you'll want to hear what he has to say. Smith didn't mince words. He wasn't saying Reese should be criticized or that she was wrong, but by pulling it down, it was clear she felt something was wrong with it. You know it's serious when Stephen A. Smith enters the chat. He went full disappointed dad mode on Reese. Breaking it down, Smith said, "Yes, you were 22. Yes, you were young, and there are a lot of things we didn't want people to know about when we were your age. Fair enough, especially me, because I'm 30-plus years removed from that age. But here's my point. You're not dumb. You're quite brilliant, very smart, very accomplished, and you live in an age where social media exists, and you've exploited it to your advantage." Smith called out Reese's hypocrisy faster than you can say double standard. He pointed out that you can't complain about being objectified later if you're engaging in certain behaviors now. Ouch. That's going to leave a mark. But wait, there's more. Smith wasn't about to let Reese off the hook that easily. Here's where it gets interesting. Smith decided to play a little game of compare and contrast. Guess who came up as a shining example of how to handle your brand? None other than Caitlin Clark. Yes, that Caitlin Clark. The one who's been busy crushing it on and off the court without a hint of controversy. Here's what I have a problem with, Tori. Angel Reese, in doing the things that she has done, is inevitably going to be attached to Caitlin Clark to some degree. If Angel hadn't waved her hand in her face during LSU's victory over Iowa in the Final Four of the national championship, her name might not be as big today. Smith didn't pull any punches when he said that what's not debatable is how Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Meanwhile, with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what she's doing, like that photo right there. Talk about a slam dunk of a comparison. Clark's out here building an empire while Reese, well, you know. But here's the thing. Smith's criticism goes deeper than just a flashy photo. He's questioning Reese's priorities. Is she an athlete or an influencer? Can she be both? It's like watching a high-stakes game of identity tug-of-war, and right now, Reese seems to be losing. Smith emphasized that Reese has to be cognizant of how she presents herself. As Angel Reese, every step she takes will be scrutinized. Unfortunately, it comes with the crown. You're a queen, you're beautiful, and you just have to remember that, he said. If you're not ready for the heat, you've got to be mindful of what comes with the spotlight. Smith's guest chimed in, adding fuel to the fire. Their take? Reese is desperate for attention. Any attention. It's like she's playing a game of notice me while the rest of the sports world focuses on actual games. Not a great look if you ask me. Now here's where it gets real. Smith suggested that this behavior might affect Reese's WNBA career. Are teams watching? You bet your bottom dollar they are. Smith hit the nail on the head when he said that drawing attention to yourself in certain ways can be problematic. He acknowledged that whether her actions are right or wrong depends on perspectives. But what's inescapable is that she will always be compared to Caitlin Clark. In the world of pro sports, your reputation isn't just about what you do on the court. It's about how you carry yourself off it too. And right now, Reese's off-court antics are overshadowing her game. The takeaway, according to Smith, is that Reese needs to decide what she wants to be known for, her basketball game or her Instagram game. It's a tough call, but one she needs to make fast because, in the fast-paced world of pro sports, yesterday's star can become today's cautionary tale quicker than you can say deleted account. Smith reflected on Reese's past interviews where she spoke about threats, insults, and hostility during her time at LSU. By bringing these issues up, Reese has shown awareness of her situation. However, this also means she has to understand that this scrutiny, fair or unfair, is part of the judgment that comes with fame. The real question now is whether Reese will take Smith's words to heart and focus on her game or double down on her attention-seeking behavior. Only time will tell. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, offers a stark contrast. Clark's impressive rookie year, record-breaking achievements, and professional demeanor have made her a role model both on and off the court. While Reese stirs up social media drama, Clark is making moves, giving speeches, winning awards, and inspiring the next generation. The difference between the two is clear. Clark's all about basketball, while Reese's headlines often come from elsewhere. At the end of the day, it's about handling pressure, fame, and responsibility. It's about proving you can be a star without the drama, and that's the kind of win that lasts. The bosses are always watching, whether directly or indirectly. There are always eyes on you. You could be in a nice dress, on a red carpet, on the beach during vacation, or anywhere else. Whatever you post is what they're paying attention to because they're trying to gauge your intentions based on what they see. Let's talk about the price of fame, folks. Is all this attention-seeking really worth it? For Angel Reese, it's time to break it down. First up, let's talk cold, hard cash. Sure, scandalous posts might rack up likes faster than a scoreboard in overtime. But do they actually pay the bills? It turns out they kind of do, or at least they did before this whole mess. Reese was sitting pretty with endorsement deals from big names like Reebok, Beats by Dre, and Amazon. We're talking about an estimated $1.8 million in value. Not too shabby for a 22-year-old, right? But here's the thing. Those lucrative partnerships are now hanging by a thread. Brands aren't exactly lining up to be associated with controversy. It's like Reese fumbled the bag, and now she's scrambling to recover. I don't want Nike to turn her down because they don't see her as marketable. And honestly, neither do I. That's the pain I feel for her in this situation. If she's listening, I want her to know we're still excited to see her shine. Bring back that beautiful Instagram page and learn from this. You know, it's wild. Reese had a massive 5 million followers on Instagram before she went dark. That's a lot of eyeballs and potential influence gone in an instant. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about the long-term effects. Will WNBA teams think twice next time Reese's contract is up for renewal? That's the million-dollar question. Remember, Irving's social media antics cost him big time in endorsements. Could Reese be walking down the same path? It's a gamble that could bench her career faster than a coach's bad call. Younger kids, right now, don't always think about the long-term impact. You post a photo today, but what's that going to do to you 40 years from now? Consider the consequences. What will happen to your sponsorships? And my last piece of advice for young members of society today. If you have social media and you're big time, surround yourself with advisors. Paid advisors, yes, but also people who knew you before your fame. That's great advice, solid advice. Now let's get real for a second. Reese is only 22. Are we being too harsh or not harsh enough? Some fans worry she doesn't have the right people in her corner. It's like watching a rookie navigate the court without a solid game plan. You want to root for her, but man, she's making it tough. And here's where it gets tricky. What about the younger fans who look up to Reese? Is this the example she wants to set? It's like she's teaching a masterclass on what not to do on social media 101. Not exactly the legacy you want to leave behind, right? The takeaway? Fame is a double-edged sword, and Reese just learned that the hard way. But here's the thing. In sports, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Let's see if she can turn this turnover into a comeback story for the ages. For the people going through similar situations, who are thrust into the spotlight, take a good look at the advisors around you. Do they have your best interests at heart? And if you face setbacks, ask yourself, who stood by me during those times, and what did they say about this? Keep that in mind because at the end of the day, your reputation is something you have power over. Angel Reese's recent actions have serious implications for her career. The real challenge now is how she'll bounce back. In pro sports, reputation is crucial, and Reese's isn't doing her any favors right now. Let's be honest, Reese is at a turning point. She needs to decide what kind of legacy she wants to build. Will she be known for her skills on the court or her drama off it? Because in this world, you can't have it both ways. It's time for her to step up, take responsibility, and show everyone what she's truly made of. Everyone's watching. Reese's next move could make or break her basketball career. Will she let her game speak for itself? Or will the controversy keep overshadowing her talent? The clock's ticking and the pressure is on. Reese's response to this moment could shape her entire future in the sport. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.